Hi everyone, it's Camry and I'm your host and moderator of Black PR Wire's Thrivin in Color podcast. Make sure you stay tuned because we have lots of exciting interviews for you. We're talking sports, mental health, what are we doing in the Black community, how can we connect the cultures. We're giving you all of the information for you to take back. We're dropping gems, so make sure you have your notes ready. We have lots of exciting interviews for you all to join in and listen to. So we're so excited to be starting and we can't wait to give you more. Hey Thrivers, welcome back to another episode of Thrivin in Color. As we continue celebrating Black Business Month, we're heading to Atlanta, a city where Black entrepreneurship is thriving. Our guest today is a true champion for Black entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. He's the president and CEO of the Atlanta Black Chambers, a leading organization dedicated to elevating Black-owned businesses. Under his leadership, the Chambers have seen remarkable growth and impact across the region. He's a 2023 President's Volunteer Service Award recipient and has been honored with the Transformative Leadership Award. A respected voice in Atlanta and beyond, please welcome Melvin M. Coleman.
Hello, Camry.
Alrighty, Melvin. So for those who may not be familiar, can you share a bit about yourself and your role as president and CEO of the Atlanta Black Chambers?
Yes, and hello to you, Camry. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. You've already told them my name. Yes, I am Melvin Coleman. An original DSGB, Miss Brown, and that is down South Georgia boy. So
Okay.
I'm Savannah, Georgia, born and raised. So being in Atlanta was just the natural progression, if you will.
Yep.
But veteran of the United States Navy. After that, spent about 15 years in corporate America. Became a chamber leader because my own career had me on an entrepreneur path, if you will. And since that time, I've been submersed in this world of business ownership. And as the president now of the Atlanta Black Chambers, our mission, our purpose, and the work that we're doing is something that I am just so passionate about. So excited to be here and have this conversation with you.
Oh, thank you. So the Atlanta Black Chambers has become a force in the community. What's the mission behind the organization and how has it evolved under your leadership?
Yes, our textbook mission, if you go to our website, it says something like an advocate for the growth of competitive, profitable, and sustainable Black-owned entities. And that is the core, if you will, of why we do the work that we do, because we believe it's critically important that there does exist many competitive, profitable, and most importantly, Camry, sustainable Black-owned businesses. You look at the pandemic, over 40% of Black-owned businesses did not survive the pandemic. And so that's not good sustainability. You know, they were not able to weather that storm. So we do have a real focus on giving businesses what they need from a fundamental level so that they can operate effectively. And if something is awful, God forbid, not another pandemic, but anything would happen, you would be able to weather the storm. So we have a real important mission. Our purpose, you said, how has it changed with me as president, or how has it evolved? I would say, we have the programming that is more tailored to specific solutions that are necessary to deliver these outcomes that we know are necessary for the community to continue to go forward. So, yeah.
All right, I love that. So, Atlanta is known as a cultural and business hub for Black excellence. What makes it such a powerful city for Black entrepreneurship?
I would have to start with the rich uh, history and a strong legacy of Black leadership. Atlanta is the only city in America, 50 plus years of Black mayoral leadership. So we've, I mean, for a lot of people, they've only known Atlanta to have a Black mayor. so so there's a lot of um, say responsibility and understanding that Atlanta is the one place in America where you expect to see Black
Yeah.
success. I think there's a stat that came out recently. There are more Black millionaires in Atlanta than any other city in
Wow.
America. But it goes back to 50 plus years ago, Atlanta's first Black mayor, Maynard Jackson, and
Hmm.
he, in my mind, was a superhero. I know they made a movie called Black Panther, and that's like a Black superhero. Well, I'm
Yeah.
talking about real life Black superhero, Maynard Jackson, right? Because what he did in the 1970s,
Mm.
where he made sure that there would be opportunity, say, for everyone. And when I say everyone, I say not just uh, Black business owners, but a level playing field, and that actually was the driving force that created so many Black millionaires going back to the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
Atlanta is known for having this airport. You may be familiar
Yeah.
with it. It's the biggest and the busiest in the world. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of opportunities, say, when that airport was being developed and
Hmm.
construction and all. So Maynard Jackson played a critical role in making sure that opportunities were available for more than just the same old folks who always got the opportunities.
Right.
Stuff like
Right.
that's transformative, and so you can see in the present day the impact of what happened 40 years ago. Okay, so
Mm.
yeah, hopefully that helps you a little bit to understand where some of this started.
It definitely does. It has a rich history, and I'm pretty sure that everyone, when they hear this, they're going to be like, wow, like this is Atlanta. So I love that. Now, from your experience, what are some of the biggest opportunities Black business owners should be tapping into right now?
Well, in our world today, uh, technology is so important. It's everywhere. Obviously, you know, artificial intelligence is changing the way it's changing the world. It's impacting our lives. So I encourage and promote to Black business owners, um, embrace technology. If I
Mm.
go back to an earlier point that I made about the pandemic, and over 40% of Black owned businesses did not survive the pandemic, a lot of that was because they had not been early adopters of technology, or say the new way that business is being done, e-commerce, having an online presence. And for some folks, 50% of their revenue came via some online offering in terms of how your business operated. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so those businesses fared a lot better um, during the pandemic, are surviving the pandemic. But if you had not taken the opportunity at some point in your business development and growth to expand, to enhance your operation to
Right.
where, okay, you can do business this way and generate revenue and find new customers. I would say, so going back to the point, we have to embrace technology.
Yes.
That's where the growth is, to drive existing business growth. But then those businesses that are in that sector are the businesses that find a lot of opportunity, because
Mm-hmm.
businesses need need that support and that knowledge or skill level. So
Right.
definitely, it's about technology in a big way, and that's not going to change. You can
That's
see
true.
how things are progressing.
That is very true. Technology is a big thing now, and it's definitely progressing. And I think the more we learn about it and get our hands into it, the better it is for a lot of our Black entrepreneurs and Black business owners. So, how can organizations like the ABC help bridge the gap between access and sustainability for Black entrepreneurs?
So we pride ourselves on providing access and exposure
Mm,
for businesses and for business owners. And when you say, what is access? It's access to resources, things that you wouldn't even know existed that exist for you. But if you're not, say, associated or engaged with organizations like uh, the Atlanta Black Chambers and others, then you don't find out about these things. So the chamber is a trusted source
mhm,
of accurate, timely information that keeps business owners informed.
mhm.
And so now they know what's going on in the world. They know what's going on in that business landscape, and they
Right.
know how they need to move forward. The informed decision is so much better than a decision that you have to make, and you didn't have the information that you really needed to make
Right.
the right decision. So we provide access to information, education, and knowledge, um, as well as other resources, training, and things like that. That is our fundamental role, I would say, is to be that source of a trusted source for information, because we're living in a day and age where you constantly got to keep up with what's happening.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to be at that disadvantage.
Very, very true. Very true. So we know that the Chambers is all about supporting Black entrepreneurs. So, in what ways does the Atlanta Black Chambers connect with and uplift the local community beyond business support?
Great question. One of the several committees that exist within the organization is the Community Services Committee. And so we do have events and activities that put us in the community,
Hmm.
definitely in the public schools, where we want to show up and be present for the young people, and um, feed them, or plant a seed in their mind at an early age, if you will, that uh, business ownership and entrepreneurship is a real option.
Yeah.
My generation, okay, now I was in high school in the 1980s. There was just a mentality of, you know get a good job, like
Right.
go to college, and your objective was to get a good job.
Hmm.
It was never anyone ever really promoted to myself, or just the folks that I grew up with, like, hey, if you could become a successful business owner, that is one of the most powerful examples of success in our society.
Yes.
That conversation was never had. Now, your generation, you're much younger than me. I think it's much better, and it's only going to get better.
Hmm.
But man, when I tell you I'm a Gen Xer, and it was all about get a good job. So we make it our business to make sure that these young people understand that, your path to business ownership may require you to have a good job for some time, because
Right.
actually that's where we learn a lot of skills, and we acquire, and then we step off and go into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But we definitely want the young people to understand how important it is that we own successful businesses. And
Hmm.
yeah, very important. So that's where we show up in the community, I would say that's one way for sure.
And it's a great way to show up because, like you said, we need that where our generation knows that we can be business owners, we can be entrepreneurs, and it's a great thing for us. So I love that you guys are doing that for the community. Now, you've already done so much impactful work through the Atlanta Black Chambers. Are there any exciting partnerships or initiatives in the works that we should be looking out for?
Uh, yes, we operate on initiatives and things that we're focused on. So we have something called the Women's League, which is the largest component to the organization.
Hmm.
Black women entrepreneurs have started more businesses over the past couple of decades than any particular segment, in terms of
Wow.
a demographic, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yet they are the least funded from a venture capital standpoint. I mean, it's like 0.00 something percent. So they don't get the support necessarily that they need. And so we have a women's league that focuses on women entrepreneurs. Like I said, it's probably the biggest component to the organization.
Wow.
But also we have a global opportunities committee. Now this is really blown up because we're taking, say, trade delegations to Africa and various countries on the continent, but
Mm-hmm.
also South America. I myself just got back from Cali, Colombia. That was my second
Wow.
time. Had a meeting with the mayor, had a meeting with the Chamber of Commerce there. Colombia has the third largest population of Black people, okay,
Mm.
in the Western Hemisphere. So there are a lot of Afro-Colombians in that area. And so we went there to really connect and develop relationships so
Mm-hmm.
that so we can support their growth and development as business owners. And so um, the mayor and the president of the chamber there, they wanted us to come because they want to support that significant population of Afro-Colombians that they have there. So that's really cool that they have an interest in doing that.
Yeah.
So you have women entrepreneurs, the global opportunities. That's big for us. We have the Black Beauty Industry Initiative. This is an
Mm.
industry where we spend uh, billions of dollars. However, we don't own, our presence. Our role in the industry is more the consumer, and so
Okay.
we want to increase the level of ownership because we're spending so much money. And so those are the things that as an organization that we focus on, and there's a real need for these particular initiatives that can make a difference if we do the work.
That's right. I love that. Those are some great initiatives in place, especially when you have those women business owners, and that global impact is definitely great for the organization and for business owners.
Awesome. Mhm.
Now, it is Black Business Month. So, why do you think Black Business Month is such an important time, and how should people show up to support?
Yeah, it's important because it's like you're taking time out to focus on something where a lot of folks just in their everyday, they're not thinking about the data, the statistics, the disparities in
Hmm.
terms of the average revenue of a Black owned business may be 50
Right.
some odd $1,000, and the average revenue of a, say, a white owned business like $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Or the data point that I shared with you about so many Black women starting businesses,
Yeah.
yet of the billions upon billions of dollars of venture capital, access to capital that's available,
Mm-hmm.
they're not getting the support that they deserve.
Wow.
So during Black Business Month, you can shine a bright light on these things,
Mm-hmm.
and you got events, activities, or different things going on, and people are like, wow, I didn't know that, but now I understand why even something like the Atlanta Black Chambers is necessary.
Yes.
because other organizations aren't necessarily concerned with these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. But how you show up in support as a consumer, and I will tell you that Black consumers are among the most prolific. Okay, we know how to spend some money. So what we want is to hey, let's shift some of that. Let's shift a little more than we do to
Right.
some of the Black owned um, stores and shops and things. I would say to
Mhm.
anybody, make a commitment that you're going to find five Black owned businesses where throughout the course of a year you can patronize or support those businesses, and then at the end of the year keep the receipts and look at the money that you have spent supporting those businesses.
Yes.
So any individual to think about it that way, because it's really important, it's really necessary, and it's the right thing to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you on that. And before we go, what advice would you give to Black entrepreneurs and business owners?
My advice to them is be consciously aware of who you are and what you're doing and why it's so important. I mean, I
Mm,
understand that, not everybody is, say, mentally focused as I am on this particular thing because, maybe in their life they've got other things to focus on. But for the Black business owner, they really should see themselves as uh, on the front lines of a transformative movement
mm,
that is about ownership and control in a system where we don't have
yeah.
enough of that. A system where we are, the consumer
Right.
driving the revenue that actually creates all the opportunities for others to become wealthy. And so you have to know that first,
Yes.
and then having that here, it will change your behavior because now it's almost like somebody turned the lights on in the room, and where you were once blind,
Mm,
now you can see. So yeah, so that's my message to the Black business owner, is to be aware of who they are and how important they are, and have the relationships where you can find the support that you need, because we want you to be successful, and it's important that you're successful.
yes. All right, guys, where you heard it here first. Melvin, I enjoyed having you on the program today. Thank you so much for dropping those gems. Please let everyone know where they can find and connect with the Atlanta Black Chambers.
So our website, which is basically atlantablackchambers.org. I always tell people, don't forget the S on Chambers. I know it could be like, there's an S on Chambers. Yeah, atlantablackchambers.org. Yeah, information there. And we certainly look forward to you tapping in with us. We're a global organization, so you don't have to be in Atlanta. We have a lot of virtual experiences, and people from all parts of the world, they tap into those experiences. So yeah, I highly encourage you to check us out.
All righty. Well, guys, as we wrap up, a special shout out to Black PR Wire as we celebrate 25 years of elevating Black voices and stories. Follow us at Black PR Wire on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Black PR Wire Inc. on LinkedIn to join the celebration and stay connected to all the latest updates. Thank you so much for tuning in to Black PR Wire's Thriving in Color podcast. Be sure to subscribe to Thriving in Color so you can never miss an episode. Don't forget to support a Black business this month and beyond. I'm your host, Camry, and remember to keep thriving in color.